Hello everybody, this is Fallen from OTB, and we have a new concept here that we're coming out with, and this is just an attack spotlight, and I wanted to use the GOVALO attack to be able to spotlight because we do not see this attack too often right now, and let alone do we see an attack that works, so well on certain bases. And so this is just kind of a little tutorial on how to do this GOVALO the correct way. And this is a prime example of a base you want to go follow. Maybe back in the day it would have been all about using witches and punching them core, and they kind of serve the same purpose, except my theory always stands, the fact that Valkyries have a lot of HP and they can take a beating, and sometimes witches just can't survive as long with the firepower that they got. So this is the kind of base that we want to run over here. And it's a maxed out TH9. This is from our current war, and I believe it's their top TH9 here. And so I think we can talk over a base like this, and let's see what we can do here. So here's the plan for this kind of a base. We got the clan castle is going to be a pretty easy pull from the bottom right there, and I decided to use a couple balloons to do that because there's really no other defenses shooting at those balloons, so they're going to be able to move in, get that pull. And the way things are going nowadays, the strategies have changed. There's fatter HP troops in the clan castles, some of which are balloons. Balloons will end a raid when you're using the redheads, and so that's something definitely to avoid. So you've got to get the pull nowadays, and also with that, we've got to use a couple witches as well, because that's the best way to kill the clan castle, just to keep everything busy, get the queen in there behind. So I did decide to use that. I've got two golems, of which once I get the pull down, golem number 1 is going to be going right down here, picking up the queen aggro, and I'm going to put a couple wizards down there and kind of funnel things towards the middle. The second golem is going to come a little bit late, and it's going to go right towards this cannon right here. And the reason of that is because it's literally tanking all the defenses on that side. I want to be able to rush right up the middle right here, maybe break through that wall, get a jump right over queen, and everything paths exactly forward into that expo and what I assume would be a Tesla, right where the queen is standing there. And you've got to be able to do the funneling correctly on this attack, or there's no point on even using it. And what I like to do, and it's such a simple concept, is once the CC is dead, I want to be able to leave, when I have the wizards doing the pathing, I want to be able to leave these last few structures right here, which is literally just like an arrow pointing for the Valkyries to head forward. I don't want them to go anywhere else around the outside. It doesn't matter what you do. The Velks need to stay alive, and they need to get to core, and that's the only purpose for using a Velk attack. They're tanky, so just send them core. Looking at this with all the air Ds in the middle, I think it's not the biggest deal if the heroes go directly to core, because the Valkyries are going to be able to tank long enough to kill all that stuff. On a different attack where maybe air Ds are going to be on the outside compartments, or maybe one more wall towards the outside, you're going to be forced to use a queen and get the queen core 100% so she can do the sniping while the Valkyries are tanking. That's essential. On this one, I didn't necessarily need queen to go to the middle. I did kind of want her to help out on the CC kill, so I had to path her kind of correctly, but then as we found out, she did go around the outside, but that's okay because I did plan, around her going around the outside, just in case. So as we watch this attack form here, I think we can get started. And just kind of see all the steps that were needed. We've got the balloons coming on this whole outside ring of defenses around the outside of the base here. Don't plan on using your Velks to kill these things. You cannot do that. They simply, just like how witches are, they need to get to the core, they need to kill the core, and then it's up to the balloons to kill the back end side of things here. So we're going to start this attack nice and slow. As I get those balloons out, I actually didn't even see that air sweeper. I don't know why I didn't see it after I planned this attack, but I kind of wanted to go around it. And it's a lava in there. We got a max lava up in there. And super easy pull. I mean, even if there were anything else in there, it wouldn't matter. So I'm going to pull them to bottom, get that nice open space, lead with barbs, and then witches come in kind of at an angle to hopefully play with that pathing, and then queen to try and come in at that angle to play with the pathing as well. So they're going to be busy, kind of dealing with this lava for quite some time. Just a couple wizards to kill, and then the golems are coming in here, and the pathing begins. I made the easy cut off there as the queen's just about to kill the hound. She's taking some damage here, but it's okay. Look at the last buildings have been left after I break this in. And just giving a perfect aim for when I'm going to be sending in the Velks, and here they are. Everything else is cleaned out. The queen's going to go down. The jump goes up to make sure and lead them to core. They can't be walking around, and you can't risk that. So rage is going to go over here. Someone might hang on to it a little bit later, but I do enjoy having that heal go down nice and early because there is one more heal for core. As everything's moving forward, queen's going around the outside. I put a heal over these wizards and everything because I knew that the wizards were going to be taking the damage as well, and just having a couple of them alive is everything. As the loons are getting called in around the outside, you know, quite a few do get mutilated pretty bad, but it's, you know, these bases call for this to kind of happen with that outside ring of defenses, and loons are going to take care of it the best. And everything was just getting mutilated. Just, you know, patience with the balloons. There's no need to rush them. As each air D goes down, you can work around it. Just super easy to work your way around that business. And, I mean, it's completely cleanup time right now. Way overwhelming. There's plenty of redheads even left right now. They tank in the core, and that's such a great job with them. Someone who's going to use witches, you know, they really are meant to do the same thing, but how many times has a jump gone up and landed on top of a double bomb, or maybe raged them forward into a bomb? Even spring traps I've seen take them out from different angles. That kind of thing can happen, and so this is how you need to be super careful about these kind of attacks. You know, I would always bring a GOVALO attack to a core with that much space in the middle there. And even if there happened to be an air D, you know, in the next middle wall there, I might have, you know, tried to plan around bringing the queen to the outside or something like that. But there's no way. You don't need so many wizards. They're really just kind of for the outside, and if a couple goes to the core, then they're doing a great job. Other than that, you know, one rage just to kind of get them moving, and then you got your two heals, you know, one for kind of the early outside aspect of things, just in case there's some splash damage coming down on, you know, who knows what else. And then one perfect heal in the core that's success right there. That's how it's all gonna happen. And you know, it helps having high heroes for this kind of attack too, because like I said, when air Ds aren't in the middle, sometimes you can't, you know, you can't quite get to them right away, so you have to wait on your balloons. Meanwhile, you're losing Velks and everything like that. So it is essential to get your heroes to the middle to either help tank or help snipe out those air Ds. And that's exactly how you do the attack, you guys. I mean, it's easy once you can see it. You've got to be able to visualize it kind of happening. The attack cannot be clunky at all. It needs to be just a really smooth, you know, perfect timing, perfect funneling, everything like that. But anyways, you guys, that's the attack spotlight there on how to GOVALO. And I look forward to doing some more videos here soon on these different kind of spotlight attacks. And we can exploit these bases and see exactly how they go down. Alright, thanks for tuning in, you guys. This is Fallen from OTB, signing off.